What's up, guys? So we are jumping into Kujo Beat Down. I just finished the recording a few minutes ago with Ren explaining why Sick Boi was taken down and showing receipts for all of the interactions and stuff with Kujo. And I'm really excited to dive into this one because I haven't seen Ren kind of do anything coming from like a place of anger, I guess is what I'm trying to say, but not really this style of thing. All of his stuff has been very communal, join together, unite together type of thing, even though some people don't seem to read it like that. But to me, that's what it's all represented. So it'll be interesting to see him in a little bit of a different light in a situation where he does feel that he was wronged and he is expressing that frustration and that feeling. Will he be able to do that in a way that is still positive and pro-human and stuff? Or will he, resort to many of the vices that we have of anger and hatred? I personally think the former is more likely, but let's see. Same start as Sick Boi, okay.
Trying to be the person who is rightly doing right, who is right there on the righteous path, no wrong in words I write. But the forces out there test me, Ren. I'm trying to find the path and forgive all those who test my will. There's trouble in my heart. What the fuck, you little pussy? This ain't Hi Ren number 2. This ain't pendulums or songs of hope the cunt took from you. And the last time we did this, the hope did prevail. Now the hope is the road that will choke a bitch pale. No, just wait a sec, cause there's nothing to be gained when you sever the neck. I know that art is a part of your heart, so you're upset, but this...
All right, first initial thoughts. I love the beat. I love the beat. I love this style of beat for like a rap song. So good. And I love the fact that he's doing a kind of split personality. He even, kind of fourth wall breaks then and says it's not Hi Ren too, because that's what this harken backs to right away, right? He's basically having this angel demon conversation in his own mind, which all of us do, especially in a situation where we feel frustrated and angry. There's that side of us that just wants to, clobber the other person and humiliate them. And there's that side that's like, hey, listen, man, understandings happen. Cooler heads should prevail, blah, blah, blah. All of you guys, I think I present myself pretty well as a fairly, empathetic and compassionate person, but that's a lot of work over a lot of years. I wasn't born that way. I got in fights as a teenager and got in all sorts of trouble and scuffles with people. My nose ain't this crooked and messed up because I haven't been in a few scuffles in my day, right? So it took a lot of work to learn how to listen to one voice over the other. Oh gosh, I just love this so far. I know I'm gonna enjoy this. I know this is gonna be right up my alley, so I'm probably gonna rewind, and I know I'm gonna enjoy this.
Trying to be the person who is rightly doing right, who is right there on the righteous path, no wrong in words I write. But the forces out there test me, Ren. I'm trying to find the path and forgive all those who test my will. There's trouble in my heart. What the fuck, you little pussy? This ain't Hi Ren number 2. This ain't pendulums or songs of hope the cunt took from you. And the last time we did this, the hope did prevail. Now the hope is the road that will choke a bitch pale. No, just wait a sec, cause there's nothing to be gained when you sever the neck. I know that art is a part of your heart, so you're upset, but this hate breeds hate. Please wait, geez, Ren. I'm getting pretty sick of the sick boy, trying to be the it boy, trying to be the I'm so morally equipped boy. Face it, you're mad as fuck, Ren. Now let me cut this worm with my razor blade pen.
Fuck it.
Oh God.
Hi Kujo, please don't try to struggle, hear me out. See, I'm on your side really. Well, I was, till I found you could get a little greedy. Push your luck a little far. There's a moral little Jimmy of the cookie and the jar. See the needy and the greedy, they're just trying to fill a hole. So they take and then they take and still they're empty in their soul. They feel so hard done by, poor little you. Wanna take from me big, then I'll take from you too. Shut up, slut, you said enough. I thought you said said you like it rough. Thought you said she liked it rough, but you're a bitch, man, what the fuck? I'm confused by this dynamic. Like it's Bonnie and it's Clyde, but the killing you're committing is career suicide. Whoa, guys, you probably think that this is extreme, I won't lie. Maybe just a little bit mean, you know, I feel a little bad about it, really. Nah, I'm only...
Dude, he is just too good at like reading your thoughts as you're watching the song and then incorporating that into the song. It just blows me away sometimes. It's like the same thing when I was watching Hi Ren, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I'm thinking something and then he says what my thought was. It's so crazy. I don't know of many artists that really ever have been able to do that. Like, they put out music to push an idea or a narrative or tell a story or get you to invoke an emotion, but they don't invoke that emotion or that thought and then turn around and tell you right after that they invoke that emotion and that thought in you. Like, literally, y'all just heard me go like, ooh, when he said that, and then he goes, oh, I bet you thought that was a little mean. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, oh, I said I was going to listen clean through, but it just, that broke me too much. I couldn't focus, so I wasn't going to not stop the song and talk about it.
Shut up, slut, you said the last. Thought you said you like it rough. Thought you said she liked it rough, but you're a bitch, man, what the fuck? I'm confused by this dynamic. Like it's Bonnie and it's Clyde, but the killing you're committing is career suicide. Whoa, guys, you probably think that this is extreme, I won't lie. Maybe just a little bit mean, you know, I feel a little bad about it, really. Nah, I'm only messing, lad, I love to spank the greedy. Feel me? I hope you wake up sweating from your nightmares, see me. I'm the sick boy that you enslave, free me. When you fuck with my work, you might as well bleed me. I put my whole soul into my words legally. Now a little thief want beef, want steal from me. That's how little thief lose teeth, you meal to me. I'm the subject matter, you are part of the scenery. This is how the sick boy work, you feeling me? Cunt, I'm sick with the pen. I went easy on the gutter, he's a friend, it's Zen. But if I ever hear your mouth speak the name of Ren out in public, then it's public, you don't want that again. And no warning for your bitch, trip a girlfriend too. Mrs. Nice behind the scenes, poor Kujo, boo-hoo. If I ever read another fucking comment from you, then this is only part one, it's even worse than part two.
Views and expressed for creative purposes. Any issues will be dealt with on a personal basis. I just wanted to point out, I don't know if people saw this. I could have sworn I saw it, so gotta...
You're a bitch, man, what the fuck? I'm confused by this dynamic. Like it's Bonnie and it's Clyde, but the killing you're committing is career suicide. Whoa, guys, you probably think that this is extreme, I won't lie. Maybe just... I hope you wake up sweating from your nightmares, see me.
Yeah, I did see it, okay. Yeah, right here, see, he role reverse. So he acknowledges that Kujo might feel the same in the situation towards him that he feels towards him, which I think is super cool for him to do and a super hard thing to do, especially when you feel justified in criticizing somebody, actually saying, hey, I recognize you might see me in the same spot as you and hate me for the same reasons I hate you, which I think is the point of this imagery. I don't know if everybody caught that on their first listen, based on some of the comments I've seen. Because believe it or not, and I know many of you renegades won't agree with this, I have seen multiple times this video brought to me as justification as why it's okay to hate other people. I'm not going to throw the comments up on the screen, but I would say at least 10 times in conversations when I have been trying to tell people, hey, you know, I think the best thing as people is if we connect, find a place of commonality, realize we're both being gaslit in different directions for different reasons and towards different causes, and find a way to find common ground as humans that both want to see a better world for our children. And they'll respond, no, man, you just don't get Ren's message. Like, you should watch Kujo Beat Down. Like, he's okay throwing shade when it's just deserved. He's okay attacking the evil, and that's the side you represent, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. So that's part of the reason I was so excited to listen to this song, because after hearing Ren's explanation, like I knew that probably wasn't going to be what this was, but at the same time, I knew he was really angry or anything else. So I knew it was going to be interesting, and it certainly was. But I think this scene right here kind of throws that whole narrative that some in the comments have painted towards the message he was trying to promote in this song. To me, this song isn't condoning the feelings of negativity you have towards other people in disagreement. It's acknowledging his own feelings and the struggle he has with wanting to hear people out, wanting to be compassionate, but then also when people coming from that side of greed and selfishness are attacking his work, he feels that righteous anger and wants to attack, but yet still acknowledges that they might feel that same way, exact same way about him. So yeah, masterfully well done. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Super happy with it. I think you guys could tell by my expression the whole time. I loved it. I think it was an incredibly great message. Resonates with me a lot for multiple reasons. I talked a lot about it in the video of him explaining why Sick Boi was taken down, but resonates with me a ton. Just so well done. And so big props to him to be able to take all that anger and that feeling of victimization and turn it into a productive dialogue like this. Just big ups, you know, lyrically blew me away again with his ability to implant thoughts and feelings, recognize those thoughts and feelings in the people that are listening. It's crazy. The meta-ness that he's able to put into his music is just mind-blowing. So gosh, I love this one. Very, very cool. Glad I kind of bumped it up in my recording schedule. Glad I watched the other video to understand the full context. So yeah, thank you guys for that. Awesome. Man, awesome. And you know, it's funny, I got a comment on my Hi Ren video the other day, and no hate or anger to this person. I didn't take it offensively or anything. I didn't feel bad about it. It's just something I wanted to mention real quick. They were talking about how it seems so inauthentic that, you know, reactors are just finding Ren all of a sudden magically, even though he's been out for years and this, that, and the other thing. And what I pointed out to them is like, Hi Ren has like 66 million views, okay? And that, I believe, is like his most popular video. I think that's why I did that one first, because people had told me, hey, you know, you should check out Ren. And I went to his catalog and filtered to most popular. I'm pretty sure that's why I did that one. It might be maybe like the second most popular, and maybe I picked that over the other one. I'm not sure. But 66 million views in modern days is nothing. Like, Ren is an artist that everyone should know who he is, and he should be a household name. And Hi Ren is a song that I think a large population can relate to, but there's 9 billion people in the world. So that means that's like, let's just even cut it down to 6 billion people in the world, right? That's 1% of the world that has watched that video, assuming every view is a unique viewer, which anyone who knows YouTube knows that that's not the case. I myself personally have probably watched that video like 50 times, but let's just say even people watched it, for easy math, 10 times in their life. The people that watched it liked it. It really only has 6 million unique viewers, which takes us from 1% of the population to 0.1% of the population that has seen that video. Even if we don't talk about the world, because maybe you say, there's people in China and stuff, they're not going to watch Ren. If we just talk about like the population of the United States, okay, 300 million, if we say there's 6 million unique viewers and all 6 million of them come from the United States, which of course isn't the case, that means only 2% of the United States has been exposed to Hi Ren. God, that's just like shocking to even think about. So no, I mean, I don't think, I know for myself, I can't speak for others, but I think most of those reactions are genuine when they first hear it, because he really hasn't penetrated that far. Don't get me wrong, he's wildly successful, probably made millions of dollars. From what you guys have told me in the comments, it sounds like he puts a lot of that money to good use, but it is nowhere near the exposure of like a pop artist. I mean, I did a reaction to Jelly Roll's Save Me, and he used to be an independent artist as well, but that video had like 400 million views. And that was still my first time watching that video. And that's got almost 10x the views of Hi Ren. So just throwing it out there, if that's something in your head that like, Hi Ren's been out 3 years and everybody's heard it, these guys are just, you know, faking that they've never heard this before or whatever. While I can't say no one has done that, I can say it is totally understandable if you look at the numbers that people have never heard his music or seen his videos before. 100%. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because that comment stuck out to me and I understood where they were coming from, but I wanted to kind of point out the reality that there's probably a whole ton of people that haven't been exposed to Ren, and maybe his taste of music isn't for everybody as well, and so they never even tried to listen to it. I mean, there's a lot of people. Like for me, I don't watch any reaction videos, music reaction videos. Even since I've been creating them, I haven't watched any, which is why I ask you guys a lot about like my setup and, hey, do you like this? Do you like that? Does this work? Does this work? Because I haven't watched any of those. I've never watched somebody react to a song. I watch a lot of like political reactions, people talking about debates or speeches or stuff like that. I've never watched anything where somebody's reacting to music or anything like that. So this is a completely foreign concept to me. If you go back through my catalog, you know what led me to react to Pray for the Left, and then that led me down the course that then I was recommended Ren multiple times, and so I finally was like, yeah, well, we'll see, I'll give this guy a shot, and then here we are now. So anyway, love you guys. Thank you for being here. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. You guys rock. This was a fun experience. I really, really enjoyed it. I would say probably the most enjoyable first reaction I've had to any of Ren's music, even better than Hi Ren. Like, Hi Ren was really good, don't get me wrong, and it's visually an absolute masterpiece. But as far as just smiling and laughing and having a good time, that's not a song you're going to smile, laugh, and have a good time to, right? Neither is Money Game, in my opinion. Money Game is heart-wrenching and almost torturous to listen to, not because it's musically bad or anything, but just because the message cuts so deep, especially for me personally. And this was fun, a fun way to approach your demons. And luckily I'm in that position where I don't find myself struggling with anger much anymore. I'm very much at peace and happy with who I am. Even when people, berate me online or say horrible things about me or whatever, I don't really get that cortisol spike or reaction that I know I have in the past and that I'm sure people still do to this day. I don't get it anymore. It's just another thought, and I more want to help that person understand perspective than feel, aggressively angry towards them. So this was just fun, man. This was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm rambling, but I did. So let's get back to work. Keep praying. See you guys in the next one.